All right, let's go over the shop.
Hell yeah.
All right, so the shop is all up. I got everything all pretty much finished in here. It's a mess, ignore that, but this is probably the cleanest it's gonna be for a while. Took forever for me to get my 14-foot door, so that's why it's taking so long to film the last part of this video, but bear with me. I'm gonna go over the price of everything, from the start to the finish, basically everything that I would consider part of the shop. So we'll start with the concrete, doing the foundation, bringing in the dirt and compacting it. This concrete here, it's 4 inches, it's fibercrete with an 8-inch footer all the way around that has rebar in it. We tied into a small slab of concrete that was already here just because I wanted the building to be in this spot, and it's drilled in all the way around. And then there's basically footers for the lift post also that goes down another, it's 8 inches right there with rebar in it also. You can show that over there. But all right, so the concrete and the foundation was $3,500, and I had that subcontracted separate from the building. It cost the same, but the people who did the building, they would only do a brushed finish from what I'm told. So I wanted a smooth finish. I went ahead and pulled the trigger, had somebody else do it. Chris was trying to close the door.
Hey, you're gonna close it on mommy.
All right, so
Nut.
next we have the structure, the actual building itself. That was $13,500. This is a 26 by 35, 5-foot centers on the columns, with a 14-foot, I don't know what you would call the corner of the building. The walls are 14 foot tall. The middle, I believe, is 18 foot. And it's a vertical roof because there's some trees over top of us. I wanted all the debris and everything to run off of the building, so I did the vertical roof. It was a little bit extra to do that, but definitely worth it, in my opinion. So the structure itself was $13,500. So between the concrete and the structure with the doors that I got was, the total of that was $17,000. I got two 10 by 10 doors, 10 foot tall, 10 foot wide. I put one on the back for airflow, and I paid extra to get one 10 foot tall, 14 foot wide door on this end. So this is essentially like a 2.5 bay shop, because I could have put all 3 doors on one side, but I'm able to pull 2 vehicles, and I have done it already, into this side and then one over there, and I get a nice good breeze coming through the shop if I want it, or I can close the door. So I think that utilizes the space to its fullest. Is he sleeping?
Yeah, he's sleeping. He's out like a light.
All right, so that is the building and the concrete. Total is $17,000. So I got all this written on my little dry erase board over here. Insulation. That's what I did next. I bought a kit off of Amazon. You can buy the same stuff from Lowe's. That was, my roof, I believe, is 900 square feet. I bought 1,000 square feet, 1-inch thick kit. It comes in 2 bottles and comes with the hose and the gun and everything. So it's supposed to be 1-inch thick for 1,000 square feet. I don't think that it went quite that far, and it's definitely not 1-inch thick in most places, but it definitely serves its purpose. I did that so that the roof wouldn't sweat and we get drips of water in here on humid days or foggy mornings, whatever. So I sprayed that myself, and that cost $900, give or take.
And maybe even a trip to the hospital. Thank God we didn't have to do that.
Yeah. Against my better judgment, I probably should have rented a scissor lift or something, but I have an extension ladder, and it reached even the middle of the structure in the top if you lean it on the joist up there. But I guess I got a little bit complacent because I got 3/4 of the way across the building, and I got about right here on this one, and I was reaching out. I definitely think it was that one because it's messy.
It was the highest point.
Yes, I was right up there.
And he was hanging.
And I kicked the ladder out from underneath me. Luckily, I was holding on while I'm spraying, reaching out off the ladder, and I kicked the ladder right out from underneath myself.
And I was inside. I didn't hear him screaming.
Yeah, I was up there for a while hanging on. Help!
And he landed.
Yeah, she texted me. She's like, Is
you
that you
okay?
out here outside?
I was like,
About
are you
the time her
okay?
text came through, my hands finally give out, and I landed like a damn cat.
Yep, a cat or like a Spider-Man.
I was sore for a little bit, but I wasn't hurt.
Thank goodness.
So that was damn near 18 foot high. My feet weren't that high, but that was quite a fall for my little sawed off behind.
So just make sure you have the right equipment when you do it.
Yeah, don't take no shortcuts. Go ahead and wrench it
Or your
with a scissor lift.
or your woman is out here to manage you.
And she had just had a baby, so had she came out here and tried to get the ladder up, if she could have got it up without hurting herself, I'd have probably fell on top of her because I was where the ladder would have needed to be. So it couldn't have worked out any better other than if it hadn't happened at all. But
Thank goodness it was only $800 instead of $800 in a hospital trip.
oh man, yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, I'm good now. Nice and flexible. So yeah, the installation on the roof, that was like $900.
Yeah.
Might have been a touch less than that.
It was 8 something on Amazon.
We'll call that $900. All right, so then I had a friend of mine come over who used to do a lot of electrician work, and he really hooked me up wiring the building. I just helped him a little bit. I rented a machine actually. I don't know if we added that into the cost, the damn trencher I got to,
Oh no, we didn't.
well, how much was that? Like 150 bucks?
Mhm.
Or no, it only ended up
But-
being like,
But then you got a deposit back.
maybe it was like 75 bucks.
Mhm.
I might should add that, but I'm not going to. So I run 100 amp service from my main power to the property, all the way out here to a breaker box on the wall. He wired everything up. Materials, labor, and everything ended up only costing me 1,100 bucks. And that's doing 220 extension cord, which I already had the cord, but 220 for my welder, that's 220 for the lift, that's 220 for my AC and heat, and 220 for my air compressor. And it's got 4 gang box outlets, 1 set of gang boxes on every wall, so it's got 4 outlets on every wall, all 4 walls. And what else? And lights. And there's a light outside, so that includes, there's a LED light outside that lights up everything pretty good too. So yeah, only 1,100 bucks to do all of the wiring, and including some of it, that's including the light outside, but not these lights here. And these lights here, these are 8 foot. There was 10 of them, 8 foot long, from Amazon. Each one has 2 strips of LEDs that are basically at a 45-degree angle. There's no diffusers or nothing like that, and I think this is some ridiculous amount of lumens. It's super bright, but it's 10 of them, 8 foot long, comes with little brackets to mount them, comes with these little pieces you can plug them into each other, daisy chain them together, or some little pieces you can plug into it and wire straight to those, or some with a plug that have a switch that you can use them like that, the way that I've got these 2 on the wall at the bottom underneath the lift. And those are, I welded pieces of angle to the wall and turned them up a little bit so that they're shining more underneath the vehicle whenever it's on the lift, which works really, really nice. So all of the lights were 200 bucks. Is that right? Got
Yep.
those off Amazon?
Off
Somewhere
Amazon.
Right around 200 bucks?
And we can put all these things in a link in the description below so you guys can
If I can remember
get
where
them.
we got some of it.
Amazon, most of it.
So yes, that's the lights, that's the wiring, that's the shop and concrete. Moving on to, let's see, the lift. The lift, this is a 9,000 pound tuxedo. And I bought it new with a warranty. I can't remember how long the warranty is, but these things are pretty tough. It was $1,800.
And it's their newer one.
Yes, this is their newer version, the 1-piece column, because normally it goes about 3/4 of the way up, and then it has a cheesy part that comes up off of that. This one looks a lot better, and it seems to be stronger, but really it seems like they're all made about the same. I can't really tell the difference between any of them. At least any of the ones that all my friends have and stuff like that. I don't know if there's better ones, but that thing definitely does the job. I wasn't even gonna get one, but Jesse talked me into it, and I can't believe how much I use it. I use it every day.
I tell him he should listen to me more often.
Yes,
Finally,
But-
he gave in and got a lift.
well, I was like, yeah, I've been putting on leveling kits and doing like all
That
kinds
beast
of
behind
different
you.
Suspension stuff, yeah, I lifted that thing. I've had the C10 on it a few times. The GTO that's sitting right back there. I did all energy suspension underneath the rear and drag bags, and there's still a lot more planned to go on here. So I still have a couple more pieces of lift kit pieces to put on the K5, so I need to go ahead and pull it in. All right, so the lift, $1,800. It would have been $400 to have them deliver it, but it was in Orlando. We're 2 hours, give or take, from Orlando, so like 4 hours round trip. We ran down there, picked up the lift, and came right back. No big deal. A buddy of mine came over, we threw it up, and I probably should wire it a little bit nicer. I got a wire just kind of run across the wall over there, but my buddy didn't do any of that. I didn't have enough wire to make it the way I wanted, so that's how it is at the moment. It works, it's safe, it just don't look good. My opinion is safe anyways. So, yep, the lift, $1,800. What else have we got? The AC and heat. Yes, there is AC and heat in here. I didn't buy it for the AC. This is a window, not a window unit. This is, ignore the mess back here, you guys. So this is an AC unit for a mobile home, like a single wide or something. And it's got heat strips that don't have the, whatever you call it, the pump where it spins it backwards and uses the coolant inside. Anyways, $200 for the AC unit, and I bought it for the heat. I know a bunch of people that have gotten sick or have ended up getting cancer and stuff from trying to heat shops or whatever, running diesel heaters or propane heaters or whatever. I figured that's probably the safest way I can heat the shop. Maybe not the most energy efficient, but the other night whenever we were watching the fight in here, we had all the doors closed.
It came in handy.
Yes, it was quite nice. So the AC does work, even though the coils are about flat on this thing. I probably never even used the AC, but it's there. So that's $200. And then the stainless benches. It probably isn't fair to all of you guys, because who can get stainless benches like that for $300 unless you stumble across an auction or something like my buddy did. These had been sitting in his yard for a couple of years, and I joked around about getting them a couple of times, but I thought they were way out of my price range until I asked them. And yeah, they're like 16 foot, 2 foot wide. They've got outlets on them. They're not wired in yet. The feet are adjustable. I cut one of them down so that it would fit this spot. My snap-on box fits in there perfectly, like as if it was made to go there. It even fits up against the door over there as if it was made for this building. It's great. The other section is over there. I have a stainless sink I'm going to mount it in because my well is just outside the shop here. And just run the water right outside, dump it on the ground. It's just to wash my hands or whatever. So $300 for the stainless benches. That's not fair to you guys, because who can find that? I'd love to find another set. I don't know what I'd do with them, but I'd definitely buy them. All right, last thing would be the air compressor. I got an Ingersoll Rand. I think it's 80 gallons. I do not remember the CFM. It's definitely stickered up. There's some expensive stickers on that thing. I consider that part of the shop. That's why it's in here. That was $1,300, I believe. I bought it like 5 years ago. I don't even remember. I did 1-inch thick wall PVC to plumb it into the shop. I haven't plumbed the whole shop. I just have 2 air hose fittings right here underneath the bench. And there's, I'll go ahead and show you, there's my fancy water trap. Each one goes all the way up and comes down to valves. And unless it's super humid outside and rainy, you get no moisture. I mean, you can be blowing the shop out, blowing the floor off, and no moisture comes out. So yeah, everything grand total that I would consider part of the shop, not including welding machine or fan or TV or any decorations, anything like that. But for the shop total would be $22,800. That's everything like you see it, wired, insulation, ready to go. Now granted, I probably have more than that if you count the TV welders and all that, snap-on box, all that stuff, but not everybody needs all those things. So. Oh, he is pissed. He's like, everybody does need that stuff, Dad.
Yeah. He's not happy. Say, hey, talk for yourself, he says.
Yeah, right? And we got the tree climbing dog over here. You see any squirrels, Bristol?
Bristol the pistol.
She's got her ears back. You know she means business when she throws her ears back. Go get me a squirrel.
A squirrel?
Skeeter.
Where's squirrel?
Go get a squirrel.
A squirrel.
There she goes.
So she's gonna go to, oh, no, not that tree, not that tree. That's a big tree. Dun, dun, dun.
Dog is crazy.
Yes, she is.
So,
That was a little crazy.
yep, we got a bunch of projects coming up. I've already started on some of them. And yeah, I'm very excited to have the shop. I'll try to record more. I want to. You give me a squirrel? There she goes. I want to turn my carport back there, which is a mess still, into a paint booth. I'm going to do some concrete and stuff like that. I might record all that and do something similar to what we're doing here with that video. Make me a workstation where I can maybe do some spray paint or something, not no professional paint. I wouldn't, everything is legit over here. I don't use any automotive paint or nothing like that. I'm all spray paint. I don't,
Oh, yeah?
I'm kidding.
Well, he's still trying to look for, or find out a shop name, so any suggestions? let
Big
us know.
yawn. Yeah, I gotta figure out a shop name for this place. Tossed around several ideas. I don't want to like limit the name to just one type of work or something like that. I'd like it to be something positive sounding or whatever, something that could apply to nearly anything, because I do all kinds of different work. And I'd like to continue working here from home, doing paint and body type stuff, doing suspension stuff, motor power, performance upgrades, all that type of stuff. Whatever I want, basically. So he is getting pissed. And Bristol is getting the neighbor's
Antagonizing
dogs,
the neighbor's dogs.
getting the neighbor's dogs aggravated as she's swinging from the zip
Well,
line.
this is our shop. His time.
Yeah, it's my time.
And my time. And
So-
until next time.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please ask me whatever. If there's something in here you're curious about, then just ask me and I'll try to get you the information on it. Or if you want some work done, who knows? I'm here in North Florida and I do travel. The GTO, I drove all the way to Texas to pick that thing up. So, till next time. Babe, this concrete looks like marble. I am so excited. Sometimes, you know how...
I don't even want to step on it.
Oh, you're good. You know how sometimes you'll be walking across concrete or something and there'll be like this little spot that's low and it'll make a puddle?
I can line dance on this.
There is no low spots anywhere.
Holy crap, I can line dance. Like literally, watch when I turn and it's like,
Oh yeah. He said I was gonna bust my ass on this.
oh, this is great.
This is awesome. He way exceeded my expectations. I wanted slick concrete. I wasn't expecting it to be perfectly flat like this. I'm talking, there isn't a puddle on this. Nowhere. It looks freaking fantastic. Spread it out for me, Bristol. Spread it out. think he took off part of the tree branch I've been wanting to cut. Perfect. Yep. It was on top of his cab. Spread it out for me, Bristol. Good girl. All right, you guys. Shop is being put up. It's tall and skinny. Spent the night in the hospital. We had a baby last night. I'm super tired. Heck yeah, this looks awesome. What's going on, Alexis?
I just moved the air compressor in the shop.
Heck yeah. Got my boy Ethan wiring it up. Got outlets all over the place going in and outside lights going up. What you think?
Amazing.
Freaking beautiful. Let's check out the mess outside. We got this hole out here between me and Ethan coming up with a way to get this air compressor out here. I was like, I got plywood. He's like, there's center blocks. We were able to make the gap, put the air compressor out here. And now we'll throw the AC up there, cut holes out, mount everything, wire it in. We'll be in business.
Yup.
Careful.
Don't mess up.
Holding the ladder for you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's only 18 foot there.
Don't fall.
Well, technically we could wire up the house and the truck. Looks like lots of them. Technically.
Got how many sets outlets? 4?
Yep, you got 16 load.
Got some between the doors over here. And over there, next to where the lift will be. And then the breaker box over here. We've already dug the trench all the way around. Ran it right around the back of the shop and all the way to the house. It's coming together. Yup. Whoa. That couldn't have worked out any better. Fits right up next to the door like it was made for it. The snap-on box fits in here. I even have a little section over there and a stainless sink sitting outside right back there. We'll mount that in there right next to the well. Shoot. Don't get much better than that. That's perfect. Not bad for recycling some old cafeteria serving tables. Heck yeah. Pulled out some of my old banners and posters, letting them flatten back out because they've been rolled up for so long. Got a couple more things I still got to pull out. Brought my other bench over here. Brought stereo, little drill press. Check out my new little sink, all that good stuff. Put a cherry picker in here. Not that one. It's too bad you can't see all my stickers on the snap-on box. Oh well. Heck yeah.
That's girly.